just gonna ask you about music, your start in it,
do whatever,
how you make your projects, stuff like that. You really just get to brag about yourself for the next
hour.
That's really what it is.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just going for music. Ain't gonna be nothing crazy.
Right.
No salacious shit. I ain't gonna ask you no crazy questions.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not trying to get you to snitch on yourself.
That's crazy.
What is up, and welcome back to another episode of the Miseducation of Music. You are here with J-Treb as always, but today I have a special guest in the building, man. I have the man who gave us 3 projects last year. I have a true rapper in the building, man. Somebody who's from the city on his own over here, man. I have YV or Sweulo in the building for the episode today, man. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? YV or Sweulo. Got the posse in the back. You know what I'm saying? Got the Wizard, not Jawan. The Wizard.
Oh, that's the name we call
he elevated to the Wizard.
Okay, I'm about to go back and change the name of your episode. We're going to change it to the Wizard.
You know what I'm saying? And we got Tanner, a.k.a. President P. You know what I'm saying? You got Wifey in the corner as well.
Shout out, man. That's what's up, man. I think it's the first time if somebody shouted out everybody who they brought with them. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I love it. Because people do bring people with them to the episodes all the time, but I don't think anybody's ever shouted out the crew.
Bro, I'm all about the team.
Man, that's awesome. Look, man, that is so dope. And to speak about the team a little bit, because I love to tell people my first exposure to them, it actually involves Jawan. I believe it's called Like That, the track you did with Cassius when y'all were on top of the car. Bro, this was one of the coldest videos. This was my first intro really to like diving into your music. Like I had seen some things before, but this was one where I was like, oh, that track is cold. The visual's beautiful, bro. Shout out Jawan on the camera, bro. Like y'all are just on top of this car, rapping crazy, bro. The car ghost riding the whip, rapping on the roof. It is insanity, and it looks like all the energy I want in a rap video. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I looked at it and I was like, this is rap. This is everything I want to see, man. It was so dope. So that was my first exposure, man. Just to see your growth and to follow you as an artist since then has been so dope. Like, and I love to start the interviews this way. We got to go backwards. How did you get started in this, man? You got to tell me about that early exposure.
Oh, man. Like, we want to go, like, high school, or we want to go, like...
Oh, no, we got to go way back, man. What was the first little talent show you did? Like, you know, like, when did you even, like, do this the first time? You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, all right, so, like, y'all know I'm from Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? 64th and Green Avenue. So, like, me and my brother Nushi, that's my right-hand man. We was a group called Black Label.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
How old are we this time? What's the age?
I had to be like 13.
Oh,
14.
okay. Damn, this is early. Okay, cool. You've been in this.
Yeah, 13, 14. But before that, it was me and my oldest brother, Nado. And we was a group called Envy, just the letter N and V.
Man, okay. You was going to get this somehow, bro.
Yeah. So, like, me and my big brother ended up breaking things off or whatever. And me and my childhood best friend, Nushi, we ended up forming a group called Black Label. And I'm putting them on as far as rapping and whatnot. And, I had already been rapping and singing since I was 6, like singing Temptations in front of the TV.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you even singing at those ages? What's the inspiration that even made you stand in front? You was like, bro, I saw the Temptations, and I had to David Ruffin the whole scenario.
David Ruffin. What he say? Y'all ain't nothing without me.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? I was him. He was like, I'm front man.
Bro,
I know it from 6 years old, bro.
Absolutely. So it really sparked from Temptations, bro. Like singing Temptations in front of the TV, doing the dance moves or whatever.
And you was just like, all I need is Temptations. Like, I got it. I'm here. I need somebody else with me here.
That's it. And
so, you got this Black Thought group in 8th grade. Like, what's, I love to ask this question because it's always a good thing here. So, what was the first rap name you had?
The first rap name was Young Vale.
Young Vale. Okay. And then what did we grow to from there? Did you have a few names before the current?
Nah, it was really just Young Vale. And then, like, in high school, it was like, it's too many Youngs. You know what I'm saying? How can I shorten this up? And I'm just like, just do YV. At high school,
man, okay, YV. So that's where the YV comes from, bro. You're blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
So you never lost the name. It's still there.
No, absolutely.
That is so dope, G.
Absolutely.
Man, so you took the name from Young Vale to YV.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so cool there. So as Young Vale, you got this group, Black Thought, like how
Black Label.
Black Label, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Black Label. What are the performances? Are y'all recording at this time? What's the energy? You just rapping at the lunch table?
Nah, so like my uncle Rashid, my uncle Rashid and Dietrich, they had a studio in the crib. And like we would ditch school
Oh, this is probably early studio equipment too. So this was like, bro, nobody has
almost like that you got over here. We ditching school. I'm still in my mama's car to go to the studio.
It's like, bro, we are gonna make this music.
Bro, I'm talking about like we was hood famous, bro. Like in our hood, bro, everybody, motherfuckers still calling me today, like, bro, where can I get one of them CDs?
We need the whole CDs.
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't even got them this whole time.
I don't even know where these songs
bro,
are.
it's
at
crazy,
this point, man.
So like hood famous, we did school, go to the Yo. And like, you know, we was just recording and putting out little mixtapes. We put out like maybe one mixtape, but we always stayed consistently recording. And like from that point, you know, I ended up going to school. Nushi ended up going to school. And from there, it was like, I always had a thrive and love for music. So it was like,
I'm put this down for a second, but I'm coming back.
Exactly. Like in college, bro, I was doing the whole recording yourself on a camera and all that other stuff, like making music, putting it out on Facebook.
Staying with the hustle, you couldn't get too far away.
Yeah, exactly. And so from there, it was just like, no matter what I do, I can't get away from this. No matter what I do, no matter how much time I take away from it, I always find myself going back to it.
Got it. So you had this gravitational pull to it the whole time.
It's like when it comes to music, bro, that shit got a chokehold on me where it's unexplainable.
It's like I could, even if I wanted to stop rapping, I would keep rapping.
Facts, bro. I'd be like, I'll take some time off, and I hear like a certain beat that I'm like, yo, and I get to just freestyle into it, and I'm just like, time to put that on paper. Like time to actually put that on wax.
That's awesome. It's really, it seems like this comes from in you a lot, which a lot of people, it seems like, you know, like they kind of wait for a moment where they notice everybody's song.
Yeah.
But I feel like in you, it's like you are the driving force for if this music is going to keep going or not. You don't need the response. But I do want to ask, like, what was that reception from that mixtape? How did that make you feel? That had to be the first, like, I'm an artist moment.
Bro, like to see the hood go crazy how they did, it was like
you seeing it played in cars.
Bro,
people actually know words.
We on Halsted. We on 64th and Halsted, and like we going to Kennedy King, just you know walking to the Green Line or whatever. Cause walking past the Green Line, cause it's a restaurant over there that me and my boy Nushi love called Long Tongue.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about,
bro. We go there every time. $20, bro. You get the orange chicken, beef fried rice, bro. And it's big. I was telling my wife about it. It's big, bro. It's
coming out containers,
bro. It's big. Like they can't even close it. So we going over there, and bro, we hear motherfuckers playing. We had a song called VIP, and like you hear motherfuckers riding past us playing VIP. We don't even know these people.
Damn.
But how the
fuck
don't
they even know that they just rolled past the person rapping?
Exactly.
Man, and that had to put a smile on your face. Bro, like how can somebody knock you down after that?
Bro,
like,
it was it was like it was a thrill, and it was like a feeling that I wanted to continue to grasp, but I wanted that shit to be bigger than just in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, okay. So that's when you kind of get to that point of like, well, how do I hustle this to another spot?
Facts.
I kind of want to take a little moment here to ask about your recording process at that time. Were you, I'm going to just go to the studio and we just going to write all night? Or was it like, I'm writing when I'm not even in the studio, so when I get there, I'm laying them down, like beat before the words before the beat? What's the vibe?
So like I was, we would do the beat. And then we just go from there, like just write whatever come to your mind. But like around this time, I was writing President P, Tanner. He was I would share my shit with him. And he was like, bro, this shit hard. What the fuck you doing with this? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, bro, this shit hard. Like you
like get it co-signed by a couple ears. And he's like, okay, we gotta take this to the studio now.
Yeah, facts. So it's like, all right, I need to go record this. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I'm saying? Every gratification I need to go record this ASAP. So like, it was more or less like, around that time, I was making like, 4, 5, maybe 7 songs in a day, just writing.
Man.
And like now, it's to the point. And
that's just during your day. You're going to find 5, 7 songs to write.
Bro, 4, 5 a day.
Man.
Now, when we talking about recording, I'm recording at least like 10 to 12 every time because we got unlimited time.
I was about to say, like, you just said it's a studio, it's family.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't get that. They really got that, I got 1 hour and I got to rap everything perfect in this hour.
So, like, it was more or less like, I feel like me as a kid, it's crazy I never really paid attention to this. Me as a kid, me as young Vale to now, I feel like what I've experienced as a kid, it was beneficial to what I do now. Because I know when I go in the studio that I'm paying for, I'm not finna play. I'm gonna go in there motherfucker ready to record.
I already had the time to mess around and figure out, now I know how to streamline.
I'm finna go in there and record an album. And then whole time, half of the shit might not even be wrote, but I'm gonna make that shit sound like I
know
just
that
wrote
it's
that
gonna
shit.
happen in
Facts.
this time period. That's
Facts.
dope to have that reliability.
Yeah.
Now that reliability has got to be something that's in these studio sessions, like that you kind of count on. What's your recording process now? So you saying then it was the 5 songs a day. I don't know. You still doing 5 songs a day, and
I'm
then
doing like,
going to knock out 10?
Like 5 to 6. 5 to 7 a day.
Damn, so
Every
you
time
not
I go
no
in.
stop on the grind.
Nah. It's more or less. I feel like my process now, as far as recording and writing, is easier. It comes more natural. Where I really don't have to write. I can write like maybe 4 bars, and when I write them 4 bars, I might have a writer's block, and I put the rest of this shit together as I'm recording.
Got it.
Like
no, like also writing as many songs as you're saying, it gives you this like bigger pool to pick from.
Absolutely.
Like, but I mean, it's also putting in perspective to me how you could drop 2 projects and re-release one in the same year.
Yeah.
If you got this much content, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, like, it's so dope to hear about the process, and now I want to kind of pivot toward the project.
Yeah.
So I watched the video. Shout out Reinvented Pictures. It was shot by them about the project. It was awesome. It was so awesome to see the studio sessions, to see the energy, to see you and your homies. Yeah. I want to ask about this shining through the darkness. Like, it seems like this project meant a little bit more to you. It seemed like it was something different. Yeah. Watching the video definitely made all the music hit harder. It made it like I was paying attention more when I heard the feature come in, and I'm like, oh, he hasn't done a feature in years. And now I know that information. I got the backstory. So now when I hear the verse, it's all coming together. Yeah. What was it like creating that? How did you even get this concept?
So, like, Shining Through the Darkness, for it, to be honest with you, like, the album had been done, because I dropped in December 2nd. The album was done in August, you know?
Yo, you sat on that for that long? I'm sitting on
the album.
Okay, so now we got to run it back. How long did it take you to create this from start to finish? Not from start to drop. Because if it was basically done in August, did you, like, lock in for a month, or was it, like, a couple?
So, like, start with me. Was dropped in January. So that was the first one for the year. Now, when Start With Me dropped, we did the videos. The videos are, everything was like already in the chamber. It's like, okay, I got this video, I got that video. It's already ready.
It was already laid out. That project is done.
It's
Your
done.
part's
Closed
finished.
chapter. Moving on. What's next?
And you were immediately
moving on.
Bro.
What's next? You know
I can't. I just took a 4-month break from this podcast. And this is just talking. And you telling me you back to back in.
Moving on.
Man.
Like to give you some insight, right now, I'm working on For the Family. Start Shining Through the Darkness is done.
Shining Through the Darkness has been out for a smooth month, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's only been a month.
Month of days.
Like, I'm just now getting to sing your praises about it, and you telling me you already on the next one. Gee, that's so dope. Okay, now run me back. Now that I know that you work this fast and you doing this much work at this high of a level, man, what's the premise of this project and what does it mean to you?
So Shining Through the Darkness, it was like I said, it was done in August, but I dropped in December. The reason being because I never had a title. I didn't know what to call it.
I got some songs to go together.
and that's it. But it's like, what does it mean to you? Like, what were you feeling when you were recording? It was more or less like me doing a lot of soul searching with myself. Because, like, what does... You putting all this variety of music together, but how does it make sense?
Yeah, because there's no... You can't drop... without a purpose. Exactly. Everything has to have a purpose when you put it out if you really care about your art. And I find it interesting that you create the art and then find the purpose. That's like, some people might consider that backwards, but I think that's actually just one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
Nah, like it's more or less like I whatever beat or like whatever I'm feeling, whatever moves me, I'll put it for that project. Or I'll put it like, okay, this sound like this, or like this what you was feeling.
Put that in this
time.
folder. Like,
exactly. So I got tons of music. I got plenty of songs, but it's just like, it's just not, it wasn't just for, it didn't make Shining Through the Darkness cut. Yeah. And the reason being is like Shining Through the Darkness, man, I lost so many people. I lost so many people in 2022. And it was just like, no matter, the amount of people I lost, I continued to put that in my music. I poured that in my music, and it made me feel better. And it was just like, I'm continuing to search for that light. While you shining through the darkness, what light are you searching for? Like how great is that light that you need? You know what I'm saying? Because you're going through some bullshit. It's
like, this is like something you really can't even like see the end of, but it's like the entire purpose that I feel like I'm getting from you is like, you still got to keep pushing through that. Exactly. You can't stop shining because everyone else around you might get a little dimmer. Exactly. Or something like
that. Or vice versa, as far as just because like I'm going through shit don't mean that the world gonna stop.
Yeah.
Just because I done lost XYZ don't mean like my daughter gonna like act different when I come from home from work just because I'm sad. That don't change. she see daddy, she's like, daddy. And it's just like,
and it's
yo,
like,
that's
whatever
my
happened,
shine.
you got to turn on
Exactly.
right there.
I got to turn that switch off and I got to turn this daddy switch on because at the end of the day, I don't want to reflect that energy on her because that's not fair to her.
Yeah, because you got to make sure that you still continue to have that shine.
Exactly.
Man, come on, G.
So it was like...
You didn't put the whole project together in just a few sentences, bro.
So it was just like, that's what it was. Like, I lost like maybe 8 people in 2022. Like, I lost a couple people back to back, like within the same week.
Damn.
And then I lost a childhood friend at the end of the year. Like, Shining Through the Darkness was the last song that I recorded for the project. And I'm like listening to it with Tanner, and I'm just like, it's missing something. And you know what's crazy? It's just like God working mysterious ways. Well, I'm saying it's missing something. My best friend Smock ended up dying. He ended up getting killed in October. And honestly, like mentally, like that really, everything else, I was on the edge, but I was okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get through this.
And then that was the one where it was like, damn.
That one where it was just like, bro, like we didn't shed beds together. Like now to this day, like I live by shit that he done told me. As far as like, if I'm doing something, I gotta be okay with my wife doing it. If you doing it, you gotta be okay with her doing it.
Yeah.
I live by that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when he passed, it was just like, it was, I can't really explain it, but I think that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me.
And did that straw push this project to kind of be something more? Like, did that push you to actually want to put more into it or to release it? Or
it was like Shining Through the Darkness is my baby.
Yeah,
like,
it's like I put everything that I just felt into this.
And that's my baby.
That's awesome, man. Because I mean, it gives you something, not just giving fans an energy, but it gives you something to look back at to kind of reflect on that time and see how you shine through it.
Yeah, facts. And that's what Shining Through the Darkness was. It was like, in one song, I'm going to put everything I've been dealing with. And on top of that, at the end, I'm going to still make sure that it flows cohesive. Because at the end, I mentioned my boy Smock, and he was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's just like, I'm living, you know, while you like in a situation where you can't get your life back. Yeah. Type shit. So it was like, I was shining through the darkness. Because it's a lot of situations where a lot of people don't want to be here. Yeah. But then you got people that's like, hey, well, XYZ just passed. Who am I to take my life? Or who am I to just be like, oh, I don't want to do this no more when you got people that can't get their life back?
Yeah, and it seems like it put into you that like energy of like, I got to keep going. And it's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, because it's so beautiful to see how you put that into your art. Like you used it almost like a therapy session or a cathartic release. And I mean, like, I definitely get that from the tracks. Like, I was wondering why there's so much energy and there's so much of you inside of it, but now I can see exactly why. Yeah. From this project, what's a track that you think kind of all encompasses that? Would it be the track that matches the title, or
Shine Through the Darkness?
Definitely, that's the one that you feel could tell the story of what you were trying to get across there.
Absolutely. 100%.
Definitely.
100%.
That's so awesome. Now, I do want to flip a little bit just to ask about how you came up with the production of this. Like, you're saying that you want to put these like more hard-hitting, heavy topics on top of it. Does that affect your beat selection, or does that affect like the track order? Like, how does it come together in the production of the album?
It does, because like with this one in particular, like I wanted to, like I was talking to Juwan, the Wizard, talking to him about it, and I'm like, I didn't want to like throw you through a loop, so I was like, I said Juwan, but I was gonna say the Wizard, but I was talking to the Wizard, and it's just like, I'm like, bro, like I wanted to show like me shining. Like the first half is me shining. If you listen to the album, the first few songs are upbeat.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the one you started off with, even including the visual.
You know what I'm saying?
Going crazy.
Like, which YouTube, y'all tweaking, because my videos, I got like 756 likes, and I got like 156 views, bro. YouTube tweaking.
How does that even... Hey, I got my own gripes with them, so I believe you, bro.
YouTube tweaking. So I hope they see this and they fix that, because I've been talking to them for weeks.
They ain't checking for me, but you know, if we can find another person to tell, they might listen to them.
Yeah, fact. But back to what we said. So like, I'm talking to the Wizard. I'm like, hey, like if you look at it, like the first half is upbeat. That's me shining. But the once it gets down towards the end of the tape, it starts to get a little slow. You know what I'm saying? That's the darkness. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the time, so whole time you shining, but then you got the darkness at the same time.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, so did that affected even the way you put them in there? You put the shine at the front to show that it's like, look, I have all of this already, and that's what I need to get through this part that is going to be a little bit darker on the other side. Man, come on, G. You didn't. This project just got so much more meaning to me than even after when I watched the video that I mentioned. It's so awesome to see how much of yourself you're willing to give to your art.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I think it's so awesome that you got this project off. You got this project off that meant so much to you. On top of that, you said you already got another project in the works. But a question that I like to ask artists when they come on the show here is, what is your dream project? Now, look, money's not a factor. Nobody's going to tell you no. You want that 3 Stacks verse, he's going to come to the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to hit you with the no. You can get in touch with whoever you want. You can record in any studio you want. You can have whoever you want around you, even if they don't make music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you need? What do you want your dream project to be?
Like in all honesty, like I don't even need the 3 Stacks verse, even though I would love to have that.
It's like that would be dope, but that might not even be the dream. So what's the
The dream project is just to see like everybody that I rock with on that kind of level in a room, and we prosper. Like we put something together. Like
you want something just feature heavy, top. Like I put all these people in the room.
Like Tay, you know what I'm saying? My sister Imani. Of course, 2 times. You know what I'm saying? And that's really about it for me. I mean, you got Nardo, my big brother Nardo. Like, if we could just all, like, put some shit together, like, as far as a tape, any kind of I feel like that shit'll go crazy. Like, honestly, me and Tay need more music.
Outside producers, you don't want to, let me get a little beat from this person. You don't want anybody to come in and lay down some vocals, nothing?
Nah, bro, I feel like my team, like right now, we the winning team.
That's awesome. And then where would you want to record it? You want to do this as a home-based project? You want to take the team to another place and do it to get a different vibe?
I think right now LSD is like top of the list. But don't get me wrong, I can't not shine no light on Complex because KX, you know, he did with his thing on the first project. He did his thing on the first few songs. But it's just more like I'm more or less like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you.
And you just you've built your team already. It's like I've been building my Avengers. I don't need another team.
Exactly. Like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I don't need, don't get me wrong. I done did touring with Trippie Redd and Keed, and I done been in studios with Gunna and, Young Thug. But it's just like, for real, if I got my team with me, that feel like home. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, it's especially the way it sounds with the way you've always been creating your art. You keep the people who you know close to you.
Oh, facts.
It's like you seem to be a person who'd rather work with who you know than even somebody that everybody might want to see you with.
All facts.
That's awesome, man. Hey, that's so dope. That's so real. I love the people who give the answers that are like, I just want my friends.
Yeah,
like the people who have been making music with this whole time. That's so awesome. Now, it's a variation of the question, but what then would be like a dream performance of like, you got the best music that you could create off this project. Do you want to headline a Coachella with it? You want to do a little bar show, just the homies?
See, like, that's different. Like, man. Fuck y'all niggas. It's
like, now we bringing out some different. I might need to bring out some different now.
Hey, I mean,
you already answered the first question right, so you can say whatever you want here, bro. You can say whatever you want now.
I mean, we talking about something bigger than Coachella. Because, like, in all honesty, shit, bro, you be saying Drake shit?
Yeah.
And stadiums.
Like, you want to do it fast real quick.
Bro.
Let me just do my own shit.
Hey, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. We gonna bring out whoever we need to bring out, or whoever need to open this up.
You want to do a whole show with it.
Yeah,
like, you like, bro, you want to control even the guests that are coming. That's awesome, man.
All facts. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be cool with that YV day. We can have a whole day out of it, bro.
Exactly.
YV Fest, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit will go crazy, man.
Yeah. Hey, let's turn that bitch out. You know what I'm saying?
That's so awesome, G. Last question that I ask people here. This one, it sometimes takes people a second to get an answer together, so it's perfectly fine if you need to. But what do you do as a person who's writing as many songs as you write, dropping as many projects as you drop, consistently working on that next new idea? What do you do to take care of your creativity? How do you foster that and make sure, you're not burning yourself out? Like, I mean, 2 projects in a year, some people might feel burned out from that. You are energetic and ready to jump into the next project. What do you do to make sure that energy is there?
I protect my energy, and I make sure that the people around me are on the same page.
Definitely.
Because, like, you got Tanner. Tanner always like, hey, I need that radio hit. Definitely. And then you got OJ. OJ like, hey, I need that Universal hit. And then Juwan just like, bro, whatever you do, I'm cool with it because I know you're going to put out pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
So you have all these different opinions. It's not just going to be like somebody telling you, oh, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you can get away with being lazy over here. They're not going to say that to you.
Exactly. Nah, it's like, bro, we all work, no play. It's more... I like going to each and every one of them because it's like everybody got a different perspective. Like, Juwan cool or whatever. He's like, bro, I know you're going to drop some heat. So just do you. And you know what I'm saying? You got that freedom to do you. You know what I'm saying? And then
so that'll like foster that like experimental side of creativity.
Facts. And then you got ton of ways. It's like we need some shit for the streets. We need some shit for the women.
And that's even my wife. We gonna make sure.
Exactly. Even my wife like, baby, you need something for the women.
Definitely.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That seems to be the best sounding board. Whenever any rappers come on this show, if they are in a relationship, they say my significant other is the one who gets that's the vibe check. That's the final vibe check for all the tracks.
Yeah, she's like, this hard, but you need to be doing this.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Or you showing too much here, like just switch. I take everybody in my corner. I take their opinions to the heart. I don't not listen to nobody because you might hear something that I might not hear. Definitely. And then like, okay, I'm gonna still be me at the end of the day, but I'm gonna incorporate what you said into what I got going on, and then hey, it might be great.
Well, see, I feel like that answers the question in a unique way as well. It seems like the way that you don't burn out from the creativity is sharing it almost. Yeah, you make sure that everybody who you respect around you is a part of the process.
Facts.
Man, I respect that on a whole different level. Yeah. That's the new answer.
Facts.
Man, that's so dope.
Facts. Like the last session we had for my birthday, you know what I'm saying? It was more or less like none of the songs was written, but I had a few bars. And like this is the first time my wife at the yo with me, so it's like, nigga, you better go in there. You better.
Oh, you gotta go stupid. I was about to say,
turn the fuck up. You know
if that was your weekend studio day, man, that would have been a sound.
It was like, bro, you better turn. First of all, we was late already as it is.
Come on, so you had to come out the gate.
Yeah, I can't bullshit. It's over with.
Play the beat already.
Let's go.
I'm late. Just get the beat going.
Whatever I got, hey man, just flow with that shit. And like my whole thing is just like I'm to the point where being in the studio with these big names and I see how they create, like going to Atlanta, it was a gift and a curse at the same time.
They work different in Atlanta in the studio.
Man.
It's a very different session.
I brought that shit home with me too.
Yeah, because I mean, even like Thugger sessions are, from what I've heard, I've never seen firsthand, but it's insanity the way the man creates.
Man.
And it's real life in the moment.
It's more or less like, you put that shit on the speakers and you like, nigga, what the fuck?
Like, hey, bro, I didn't even know you was about to do that.
Man, bro, it's crazy.
He whispered that shit on the low. He didn't even want us to know the verse.
Bro, but when you play that shit in out loud, it's crazy.
Yeah, so like, I mean, he has a good relationship with his people as well, which is why I can even, like, it makes so much sense to see you rely so closely on your squad, because he relies close on the ears of his people, too.
Absolutely. It's more or less like I say, it was a gift and a curse. I learned a lot. And I took a lot from it as well on the negative side, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I say, my last session, bro, even like with my wife being there with me, I need to show my ass. Yeah. But I always got that mentality going in, even if she wasn't there. But it was just like a plus for me, because if I turn around and I just see her right there, it's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You seen that verse. I got that verse out like
I did that.
20 minutes, 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's so dope. That's got to be an amazing feeling, man. And it seems like the way you create just has such an amazing energy about it. Like, it almost seems like, I want to be in the room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Facts. It seems really dope, man.
Facts. I love to see like my people reaction.
Yeah, so you chasing that, like, bro, if my homie don't stand up and run out the room off this shit.
Yeah, it ain't it.
It's not even doing it. You know?
You know what I'm saying?
You look over at your wife on her phone, it's like, oh, this verse is not hitting. I gotta switch it up.
I gotta do something else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do something else. Like, whole time was just like, I really look towards like my peers, like who I got with me. Cause like if they ain't nine no heads, my main rule, if my engineer ain't fucking with it.
If he just sitting there dry as hell, just working, right. It ain't fun.
Something ain't right. Don't get me wrong. My people play a big role in this, but if my engineer, the whole time, I don't know this man from the can of paint. All he knows, I just paid the fee for the session.
And it's like, now he over here like, hey, no, that shit was crazy.
Man, bro, like there was a time where the Wizard was recording the engineers and the intern, and they ass was like, I'm like, yo, Hey, I think we got one right here.
Oh, 100%. I feel like if you got the people who are working, vibing out at work. Oh, bro, you won. That's a real track.
It's man. You know what I'm saying?
That's so dope, G. Look, I'm so excited for the family, which you did tease that right there, man. I love getting a tease on the Miseducation of music, you know. So that project is on the way, man. I want to see what else you have in the chamber. Is there anything else coming up, like as far as what you're doing for this project? Are there some videos in the vault we might see?
So me and the Wizard today.
Okay.
Like after what we got going on, we gonna sit down and figure out a storyline for Silver Bells, because Silver Bells is the highest stream.
Yes, come on,
the project.
That's the one I want to. That's the one I want something for selfishly.
Yeah.
Like as a fan of the track, man. And I mean, even when you dropped it as a single, I love the artwork. You stand in front of the track. It was just dope, man. I love everything around it. The samples perfect. Man, I'm here for that. That's the one y'all need to do.
Crazy thing about it is like that. I think I even said like that artwork was made once again, 21.
Man,
hey, the Wizard be like, bro. When you got the Wizard on your team, there's no way you gonna lose.
He earned his name. That's all I'm noticing. He earned his name. He be
making shit happen. You hear me? Because like that was supposed to be the cover for Start With Me.
Okay,
but it was like, I don't know. I'm like, we put it out for a second, like as a test project. You know what I'm saying? We put the songs underneath it, and then when me and him went back to it, he was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's the one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so like, crazy thing is, Tink Brother, which me and Tink Brother been locked in since 2013.
Yeah, true.
So I get all my artwork from him. I send him the Start With Me photograph that's up now. And then he did his thing to it, but the only thing is, he be fucking with me like, bro, why the fuck your name ain't Sweulo? Why the fuck is you YV or Sweulo? He's like, when you gonna just take Sweulo and run with it? That name hard as hell.
There's a uniqueness to keeping the or in there. It makes me remember you, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
It's more or less, I think a lot of people, what they don't understand is YV is like the starting of what I got going on. The Sweulo is me now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's the older YB. That's the R&B. I'm not afraid to show that R&B side. Because like Beautiful's Interlude.
Oh man, come on, G.
Bro, that's
Beautiful's Interlude is wild.
Bro, I sat and I talked to OJ about that shit. I say, bro, if you listen, like every motherfucker that drop a tape, they got something for the women. Or they talking about a woman. I say, Start With Me didn't really have that. I need to change. Like I'm like,
and I mean, you definitely took a different approach there, just in the sense of like that. If I had to label songs on the album YV or a Sweulo track,
that's a Sweulo track.
All day.
Exactly.
Like even the way that it comes in, it almost made me go like, oh shit. Like, that's why you have to name it Interlude. Like I get it. Like,
and like the reason behind it, we already know. You know, the lady right here behind this grammar. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like I feel like where I'm at now, because I used to sing. Mm-hmm. I got a whole three singing mixtapes that's on SoundCloud.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? Sing and rap, and I wish I could do both. It's just like
man, it's to the point where like that singing shit.
I wish I could do either.
Yeah, it's like that singing shit burnt up for me. So it was like,
what?
Bro, like,
man, if I could sing,
man,
I'd sing everywhere. I sing everything, bro. People would be annoyed with me. It'd be a musical walking around my ass, bro. Like, talking the most basic shit. I'm singing grocery list, bro. Everything. If I can, I know I can't because it's annoying to me. But if my voice sounded good to me, it's over with.
You funny as hell. But like the reason behind that song is, of course, dedicated to my wife. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it wasn't for her, that wouldn't have been pulled out of me.
Yeah.
So it's like you need these things that inspire you.
And I feel that. I mean, and to go back to the name, I think that's why you keep the YV or Sweulo, because it's both. It's still both of those things are there.
Exactly.
It's like if you listen to this music, you can get to know YV or you can get to know Sweulo.
Exactly. So
man,
it's like,
come on, G.
So back to the Tank Brother. So he made he did his little edits on the first cover I sent him, but he only put Sweulo. So United Master kicked it. They kept kicking it for like 2-3 weeks. Mind you, Start With Me supposed to drop 3 weeks ago. So everybody being hyped about it is starting to die down.
It's like I'm losing my hype because United Master is not accepting my
Exactly.
offer.
So I'm like, hey, bro, I need you to put YV or Sweulo. He got his thing going on, which I respect. He's a family man. He's married. I understand that shit. Don't nobody understand that shit like I do. Bro, I got 4 kids. And 3 of them are under 3. I get it.
Yeah.
I completely understand. So it's just like I didn't press him. When I hit him, he didn't get back to me. he got back to me after the fact and was like, it's all good, bro. It's already up. Same thing with Start With Me. Like, I'm sorry, same thing with Shining Through the Darkness. Shining Through the Darkness, bro, I didn't know why I wanted to go with the album cover, but once again, the Wizard had took that picture.
Yeah, I was about to say, that photo is the dope. It's once again, the same way with looking at that video of you and Cassius and Like That.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I look at it and I go, that's rap.
Bro, that picture was taken for Ops and Dad when we was in Boston.
Bro.
That photograph is like old as hell. But it was just like, it fit that because I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, bro, you in the dark, but at the end of the day, you still moving around this bitch like nothing's bothering you.
And I mean, even like the color palette that was used makes so much sense to even like go with the tone of the project.
Facts.
Like, man, come on, G. Y'all going insane,
so,
man.
Bro,
look, now, before we get out of here, I got to ask you what else is up next. Because it seems like you got so much going on, man. We got videos. We got new music on the way. Anything else we need to know about?
We actually probably gonna drop a single here in a second.
Man, come on, G. Well, look, I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting for it. I'm excited to see what it sounds like.
In all honesty, I was gonna send it to you at the end of the day.
Oh man, hey, look, you know I love to hear music. That's what happens every time after these cameras shut off. I'm like, would you like to play anything? Because I'll listen, you know. Yeah, man, look, that's so dope. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Thank you so much for being on here. Now, look, everybody at home, make sure you are tuning in to all of the music that YV is dropping. For the end of the podcast, I love to make an outro track with whatever song from the artist that they want to put on. So what song do you want to put them on to?
I think we're going to play that single.
Oh yeah, come on, let's go.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna ask my bros in the back.
We gotta ask from behind the camera.
Cause like I don't move without them. So like,
I was about to say.
What do y'all think?
Oh look, we only gonna give y'all a few seconds of it there. Look, man. As the track is going right now, you're hearing it play underneath the video. Make sure you all go follow YV or Sweulo on everything, man. Thank you so much again for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Man, not a problem, G. Make sure you're playing this podcast for your mama, your sister, your baby daddy, your baby sister. Play it for your cat, your goldfish, your dog, your house while it's settling, bro. Make sure that you are tuned into this podcast at all times, every waking minute of the day. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back for next week for another episode. Deuces.
Yeah. Hey, Mo, he got niggas sounding like Chris Brown in this bitch, boy. I'm ready to go flat, though. What you talking about? Yeah. Tell that little bitch I'm in love with the Dodie. I'm parting listed, so they calling me Moses. Slap took a chain, but I told him no posting. Don't hit me about it, you know that we sold it.